Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's special Shotsuki service. This is a Shotsuki service for the months of April, May, and June. So we'll be reading the names of each of these months, and it's always a special service to have our Shotsuki service. To me, seems a very, very Shin Buddhist service in that we are acknowledging, recognizing our families, and through that acknowledgement, not only is family important, but through them they become kind of a gateway to connect not only our families and then beyond our families to everything, to the infinite, to Amida. And so because of this, the Shotsuki service is very, very special every time we have it. So for this service order, we're going to have the reading of the Hyobyakumon, adoration, to begin the Shotsuki service, and then we'll have the reading of the names. I'll take a break after each month, and we'll go from there, reading all of April, all of May, all of June, okay? So this will be followed by, I'll go up onto the altar, the chanting of the Sambujo and Amida Kyo. We're going to do half of the Amida Kyo today. Then I'll come back to this podium for a brief Dharma message, Howa, and then we can conclude the service with our Oshoko or Gassho, okay? Hopefully at your homes you have your home altars set up and perhaps adorned with flowers and candle and fruits. And so during the reading of the names, please come up in Oshoko at your home altars, okay? So with that, we will begin. Special guest here, I have to mention, COVID Sloth is here to remind us. He's always been a part of our family and joining us today. And as you can see, he's wearing his mask, he's wearing his onenju, and again, a reminder for all of us to continue to be very careful, cautious, and by wearing our masks and our gloves, we are protecting not only ourselves, but people that we come in contact with, and our family, and whoever we are in touch with, whether temple or school or grocery stores or wherever we may need to go. So please continue to be safe and cautious wherever you go. So, okay, now we will have our Hyobyakumon. Please join me in Gassho. Today, on this occasion of the Shotsuki service for April, May, and June, members of the Southern Alameda County Buddhist Church have reverently come before Amida Buddha in memory of their beloved. With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we reaffirm the three homages. Namo Kiya Butsu, Namo Kiya Ho, Namo Kiya So. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Please repeat the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda. These are the Shotsuki names for the month of April. Kawamoto, Magoichi, Sekigahama, Hiroshi, Asano, Yasujiro, Kitani, Yoshie, Arai, Hanako, Kato, Kume George, Kajikawa, Iwanari, Takayama, Eiichi, Tanaka, Mitsuko, Yamahara, Mitsuye, Kawaguchi, Tokyo, Kawamoto, George, Naruo, Shimako, Karamatsu, Bessie, Shimoyo, Ing, Edward, Yoko, Meiko, Nagata, Yoshie, Yakuma, Yoshito, Osaki, Kenji, Mark, May, Nakano, Yukie, Kotake, Yutaka, Kawaguchi, George, Kimura, Joe, 上村いつ子、不伝な日記、安藤理恵、早川富子、井口 Robert、内田千恵子。The Shotsuki names for May. Misaki, Shoichi, Misaki, Takichi, Handa, Seizo, Saito, Susumu, Shibata, Zennichiro, Kato, Sumiko, Misaki, Ito, Ikeda, Naoichi, Maruyama, Katsujiro, Shikano, Tomie, Maruyama, Chikano, Kushida, Robert, Fudenna, Hamano, Kato, Yasuto, Handa, Barney, Hachiro, Sato, Yoshiko, Hamamoto, Haruto, Masamori, Alice Setsue, Kato, Calvin, Sekigahama, Kimio, Huang, Scott, Mongi, Bernice Emiko, Teshirogi, Natsu, Abe, Toshiko, Whitaker, Robert, Shibuya, Robert, Kinji, Takemoto, Haruki, Hirabayashi, Roy, Maruyama, Katsumi, Shikano, Ichizo, Nishiguchi, Mei, Sanae, Kamimoto, Fusa, Sakamoto, Ed. And the names for the month of June: Asada, Miyako, Yamashita, Masaki, Hisaoka, Kei, Kae, Tomotoshi, Kiichi, Kinoshita, Yoshikazu, Kawaguchi, Harumitsu, Shikano, Eleanor, Ritsuko, Minamide, Osamu, Sakai, Toshiko, Asada, Hanako, Kaneko, Janice, Nomi, Grace, Hamamoto, Masako, Kishi, Aiko, Suyama, George, Nakamura, Shigeharu, Fuji, Ann, Yoshiko, Natsuji, Masaru, Nakanishi, Makoto, Kimura, Sally, Fuji, Jiro, Ing, Ann, Takayama, Noboru, Takayama, Kazuo, Teshirogi, Shunsuke. These are the Shotsuki names for April, May, and June. If there are additions or corrections, please notify the office. Now we'll have the chanting of the Sambujo and the Amida Kyo.
千二百五十人空海世大あらかん中小知識長老舎利法マカ公園マカカ小マカカ千年マカクチライハタシュリアンダガナンダアナンダラゴラヨモナダイミンズルハラダカルダイマカコヒナアクラアヌルダヨゼト初代弟子病床王様かさもんじゅしり王子やいたぼさけんだかだいぼさ上昇人ぼさ両勢と初代菩薩牛釈大官人と無料商店大祝二次文語長老舎利法十世裁法果樹万六文道世界妙万極楽語東文語阿弥陀根源在説法舎利法移動過去妙意極楽語国修上宇祝単寿昇楽光明極楽舎利法極楽国土七十乱樹七十羅網七十五十海勢法修相違尿税公非国明安極楽舎利法極楽国土七宝地薬毒罪十万中地大順に根社富士支援街道金剛瑠璃ハリ五条上老閣薬位金剛瑠璃ハリ社交釈襲名の非言直視地中連芸大女車輪小式小公法式王公釈式社公白式白公微妙公血者利法国羅国土上重尿税空毒将軍ルシャリヨ仏国土上査天学黄金維持昼夜六時二遊曼荼羅家五国修上上位上端各位英国上州上州妙家空用他法十万六分即位直事前本国本直教業利法国羅国土重尿税空楽将軍物資舎利法非国上中期妙座敷市長白光空弱オム舎利下領便が愚妙市長税商中長長夜六時水和下音本年称合今後力七宝大文那小道文尿税東方同州上門税音に開新年分年法年祖舎利法尿物医師長実税祭王将少々医者が異部国道無三幕州舎利法五部国土商務三幕同士名画教無実税商州長改税や弥陀仏欲量温泉流園芸調査舎利法異部国土未部水道総合十九法羅網水未妙利尿百千十学 Shiku Samon Zeon Sha Kaiji Nenjo Nenbun Nenpo Nenso Shishin Shario Obu Kokudo Joju Nyoze Kudoku Shogun
Good morning, everyone, once again. Very nice to be at this Shotsuki service that we can share together today. Getting a little more accustomed to shooting these videos and preparing, and so it really is quite amazing. All of this is done pretty much with a telephone, and to be able to shoot the video and then upload it and then get a link and provide it to others, all done by phone, is really amazing that we can do this. The technology today is incredible. In our youth, kind of a while now, 50 years ago, to think about it, you know, how we used to have telephones and landlines and pay phones and things. You would always go somewhere and make sure you had some change, make sure you had a quarter for the phone machine and things like that. And now cell phones are indispensable. And so to think of that, even with a cell phone, we're connected to the internet, and so we can look up so many things. Something goes wrong with the phone, we just Google to see what the problem is here. So all of these things are such advancements in society. At the same time, we have so many difficulties right now. We watch the news, whether on our phones or on TV, and protests and things going on all over America and even beyond. So reactions, very strong reactions to things happening over, I think, coming to a head. That such things have had to happen even recently, but it's been building over years and years. And at the same time, looking back at the interment of our parents and grandparents and things like that. And when I was in the Northwest District, we would go to the cemeteries in Baker and LeGrand area and hear about the underground tunnels that the Chinese had created there, you know, kind of a system, a way to get around town from here to there, and when the sun went down, you wouldn't dare be caught above ground, and so you would have these tunnels to go through to protect yourself and to make sure you're not shot at or attacked, and this kind of mentality that continues It's sad to see when we look at, there was a talk considering what would the Buddha say if he were to come back in these days, these times, to look around and see the cell phones and all the advancements in society, but he would look at people and think nothing has changed. After all these 2,600 years, nothing has changed. And the greed, anger, and ignorance bubbles over man's treatment of his fellow man. These have been going on, continuing on, and you'd think you would get past it. You'd think you would be able to come above and beyond the racist elements that we've witnessed and endured over years and years and centuries, but we haven't, you know. And this has happened in many cultures, many countries, many traditions, power structure, and it's not necessarily white on black or Asians, you know, yellow or brown or red. All these colors are parts of the equation as they play out, but they are people treating people, mistreating people as we go through our creating our societies and the power structures that we cause. And so all of these things, I think in Buddhism, we want to be able to recognize this, not to blame, not just to blame. Of course, there's things that we want to look at and recognize. You know, we see these things. There's good cops and bad cops and all these things. And protests can be good, and protesters are good protests and bad protests. You see some wonderful, encouraging images on the news of women lining up arm in arm to protect black protesters that are vulnerable there. You see black men arm in arm protecting a police officer that got stranded and isolated. And so these thoughts to keep it meaningful and positive are really something to see. It's a very much a negative when we see the looting of our stores and damaging of storefronts and things. There's certainly signs of the frustration, but at the same time, these are damaging our own neighborhoods. Sometimes they become instigated by people not from our neighborhoods, and so we don't always know the full story as to we see these little blips and pieces of the news, whether it's on our phone or TV or wherever we go, and it's easy to jump to judgment. At the same time, how do we respond? How do we see it? How can we address when we see something wrong? Do we have the strength and the wherewithal to be able to say something? This has got to stop, whether it's towards an officer or whether it's towards our fellow society, when they are doing something that should not be done. Do we have the voice to be able to speak up? And all these things are reflections of ourselves. How do we respond? How do we look at this? It's a very difficult situation, and so we want to be, again, reflective of our own lives, and we still have our own bonno, poisons, passions that bubble up within us, and we see this to be able to reflect upon our own ways of life and how we carry ourselves. We must be able to be continuously reflective and appreciative of this Nembutsu state of mind that keeps us connected and grounded, and from there we're able to make our proper and safe and strong decisions for us and for all. So with this, I would like to conclude this Shotsuki service for the special 3 months. Really appreciative of all the families who are able to participate today, and finally we are able to have this Shotsuki service and kind of catching up to have our Shotsuki families recognized and acknowledged. So thank you very much. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you.